The DF21-D and DF-26D missiles are two lethal weapons possessed by the Chinese People's Liberation Army. War strategy expert Harry Kazianis told Express.co.uk that the missiles would do a lot of damage to the U.S. Navy. Describing the stakes as being crazy, he warned that China has such high numbers of weapons that it is very unlikely the U.S. Navy would be able to shoot them all down. This comes as tensions between the U.S. and China have reached new heights in recent weeks after House Speaker Nancy Pelosi paid a visit to Taiwan. The Chinese military extended an unprecedented show of force in retaliation for the visit, including 4 days of military drills encircling Taiwan. China's foreign ministry said Ms. Pelosi's visit has had a severe impact on the political foundation of China-US relations and seriously infringes upon China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. Speaking about China's reaction to Ms. Pelosi's visit, Mr. Kazianis said, "I think we're definitely going to see the continuation of a lot more missile tests. I think what you're also going to see is the Chinese test two specific missiles which are really important. One called the DF21-D and another one called the DF-26D. I call these ones out because they are what a lot of experts call carrier killer missiles or the Navy killer missiles. Those are the missiles that were specifically built by the Chinese, so if this scenario ever happened, the scenario over Taiwan, they would be able to do a lot of damage to the U.S. Navy if they were to come within 500 miles of China's coast. And the Chinese have so many of these missiles, that it's very unlikely the U.S. Navy would be able to shoot them all down. It gets very possible the U.S. Navy would lose a carrier. Those are basically the stakes, they're pretty crazy." He also warned that Xi Jinping could use the weapons in a swarm strike involving hundreds of missiles. He explained, they would use them in a scenario where, let's say, the Chinese decide to invade Taiwan and they are starting to amass forces to move in. The U.S. Navy would come across the Pacific and use whatever assets they haven't basically in the area to try and stop the Chinese. That's when the Chinese could potentially launch swarm strikes, hundreds of these types of missiles that basically overwhelm U.S. missile defenses. Even if we put every missile defense that we have in Asia, we would not be able to stop the thousands of missiles the Chinese have built. So that's how dangerous this is.